Good evening, Namaste, Salamat Sore. Welcome to Manthan with Saraswati, a captivating platform for enriching talks and podcasts. On Manthan with Saraswati, we have had privilege of featuring distinguished doctors, educators, administrators, motivators, edupreneurs, talented artists, well-read friends, and even my own students who are excelling in their lives. Each of these guests have shared invaluable insights from their life journeys and provided guidance for young minds, contributing to a broader perspective and deeper understanding of the world. On Manthan with Saraswati, whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur or simply someone who loves or who values stories of courage and growth, today's conversation promises both inspiring and practical insights. So, let's dive into the world of women and hear directly from these incredible leaders paving the way forward. Namaste and welcome to Manthan with Saraswati. Today, in our Women in Leadership series, we are honored to welcome Dr. Priya, a distinguished corporate and academic leader with over 28 years of experience in strategic management, corporate advisory, and education.
Thank you very much.
With a PhD in management and a deep focus on technological innovation in agriculture, she brings a rare blend of industry insight and scholarly depth. Dr. Priya has published influential research, led major projects, and mentored countless individuals, especially championing women's empowerment and education. A passionate educator, leader, and community advocate, she truly exemplifies the spirit of purposeful leadership. As a wife of Indian ambassador to ASEAN, her life weaves through cultures, communities, and continents, enriching her perspective and expanding her influence. Once again, we welcome Dr. Priya on Manthan with Saraswati for a delightful conversation. And we are very honored to have you with us today. Would you like to add something more to it, or we start our conversation?
I am loving to be here, and
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure to be here. I am blessed to be in Indonesia and to meet you and the people over here. It's my pleasure.
So, can we dive into the conversation, Priya ji?
Definitely. Please.
Okay, thank you so much for it. How are you enjoying time in Indonesia for so far? Anything that stands out to you, maybe the language, food, or culture, Priya ji?
Definitely. I will tell you, Indonesia has been a heartwarming experience. I love being in Indonesia, the warmth of the people, the culture over here, how their family ties are, how are they working together. The food is even, the spices are like India. So we are culturally involved, and their religious tolerance, their beautiful way, the polite way in which they speak, everything speaks volumes. So it is not only food, but language, food, culture, everything is which I really enjoy. And especially I know few words, though not much of Bhasa, but I like being here, and I like the food like nasi goreng and all, and this tempe lavado and all. Yeah, I really enjoy that. There is a deep sense of peace and joy being in Indonesia.
Wonderful.
I really enjoy that.
Wonderful to know, wonderful to know. And I'm especially because sitting with you and I'm having a conversation, that itself is so gratifying.
It is. It is for me also very gratifying to do this interview, to bring because I have been connected with people throughout my journey. So I want to reach out to masses, I want to reach out to people, and if in any way my journey can help anyone, that will be blessing for me.
So Priyaji, I just want to ask you another question, that you have worn so many hats, Priyaji. You have been a corporate leader, you have been an academician, researcher, and a mentor. So how has your journey evolved over the years? If you could share a brief
Sure.
on that.
Yeah, I have been working in many capacities across the globe since, because from 1997, when we went to Moscow to Russia, at that time we started our journey with our 4-month-old son. We started our journey, and my journey has been like a river, flowing, adapting with the purpose. So wherever I go, I want to do. I started with the corporate world, then I switched to education line. Then I have been working as a leader in the leadership role. But continuously, the thing is that I think that the leader is not that who is on the top always, but the person who takes everybody together and then goes forward. So we need to bring that to the people, whether managing a refinery in India or working with in the education field. Like I am conducting many classes for civil service institutes, for defense institutes, for engineering students, for business management students. So I try to bring that to people in my own way. It is not a career path only. It is, I learn from a child also. A child can also teach me so many things. When I am interacting with children, I enjoy being with them. When I am interacting with adults, you can learn each and every moment. The growth has to be there in a person's personality. Then only it will bring the joy and the fulfillment in one's own life.
Very profound thought, Priyaji. I appreciate your feeling for that. So my next question is, with various roles and the global transitions, how do you keep yourself grounded?
Very good question, Saraswati. I would love to answer it because I am really grounded to Mother Earth. I feel this because my spiritual faith. I come from Dialbag, India, right? Dialbag is in Agra. I know, I think everybody over here, they all know about Agra because of the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Dialbag is also there, which had started in 1915, and it tells about the community building, about community life, and it has its own ethos and values which are deeply embedded in me, and I work on that.
Very nice.
So that is the thing. I believe divine grace has always walked me through the path, and it has really helped me.
I think the spirituality guides you at the moment when you really need and keeps you grounded. This is very nice. Thank you so much for sharing such a profound thought, Priyaji. As the wife of Indian Ambassador to ASEAN, Sri Jayant Khobragde, you get a unique vantage point. How has the diplomatic journey influenced your perspective on leadership and community engagement?
Sure, I would love to answer this question for you.
And we would love to know it.
Same here. See, being part of the diplomatic circle has opened my eyes to the power of quiet leadership and the cultural diplomacy. So cultural diplomacy and this goes hand in hand. It has taught me that representation is not just talking about the protocol. It's about empathy, integrity, resilience, and hard work. If anybody thinks that it's a cakewalk, it is not. We have to, I work a lot, I work continuously, and it has become an integral part of me now. So I have been married to a diplomat since almost 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, we got married in 1995, way back. But I have been trying to evolve as a person, as a diplomat, and as a wife of an IFS officer, Indian Foreign Service officer, who is now Ambassador of India to ASEAN.
You have pursued several postgraduate diplomas and a B.Ed along with your PhD. So, what drives your continuous thirst for learning? What is it that inspires you to take the leadership role, and what continues to motivate you even today? We would love to know, or our audience would love to know about that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you are very right. I have worked and I have studied throughout. I am still learning, and I told you I even learn from a small child. And that is why I want to enhance my learning and my growth on everyday basis. I did my postgraduate diploma, I did my graduation, post graduation. Then after 20 years, I did my postgraduate diploma in industrial relations and personal management. I am gold medalist in that. Then I did my B.Ed and other things. And now, when my son enrolled himself in London Business School in PhD, and he got a scholarship for that, and then he motivated me because I was teaching in Wilson College, which is a very prestigious college in India. So he asked me, and there they said after 2 years for the visiting faculty, the B.Ed, this PhD has become mandatory. So I took up the doctorate, and I and my son, we enrolled in the same year 2021. So that is the motivation. It brings the joy of learning. Learning is not only for the career, but to enhance ourselves, to evolve, to understand, and to guide others. When you are guiding, it brings more clarity and contribute. I can contribute to the people in more understanding way. Wonderfully said. And it would have been a great joy to see mom and son do PhD together. Mom doing in India, and son doing it in London. Yeah, the son is doing wonderful. He has 2 startups, and he also is doing a job now. Wow. Successful mom, successful son, and a successful Indian ambassador to ASEAN. All the blessings of you all. I am so grateful to God and to Almighty. You have been in the leadership role. What are the few points, if you would like to say, what is it really important for a woman leadership to have in such strategic roles with your experience? Sure. I will say that leadership is not only about taking up as leading, but about presence. Not only about positions. Yes. What the positions we have, that is different. Very well. But making your presence felt, this itself is leadership. When I take the group discussions, I tell my students that there are 3 types of leaders. One who initiates the discussion, one who is in the middle of it, he carries it forward, the discussion, and the another is who concludes the discussion, who brings out all the good points from each one, whoever has shared, and that one is also taken as a leader. So great leaders have always not been those who are on the high positions, I will say, but they have been there continuously. So it is the ability to bring calm in chaos, clarity in confusion, and strength in silence. It is about being anchored. I have found that when you lead with grace, with understanding, with authenticity, we need to be sincere in our work, whatever we are doing, then only you can reach out to masses. That is my understanding. Beautifully said. Calm when it is in chaos, right? That is so important for a leader. Very true, ma'am. And the other points you said, I'm sure the people who are going to listen and the young... Clarity in confusion. Clarity in confusion, yes. Clarity in confusion. Strength in silence. Strength in silence. And today's generation, especially when they take up leadership role, I think these tips is going to be so useful to them. And those who are listening to us, I think it's a bonus point for them, to take back from the podcast today. You've explained about what are the qualities required to being in leadership role, right? So have you had a mentor? I was waiting for this question, Saraswati. I belong to Delbag, as I said, and my mentor has been my guru, Dr. Prem Saran Satsangi Sahab, who is our eighth revered Guru, Sant Sadguru, and he he has been my inspiration throughout. He did his PhD from abroad, and he worked in Indian Institute of Information and Technology, IIT, Delhi, and other places. So I get my inspiration from him. Apart from this, there have been many other mentors, I will say, in my PhD, in my doctorate. My two supervisors, my guides who worked with me continuously, who had seen me going up, going down. This because you know that the doctorate is never an easy path.
Yes, yes.
It has its own. It's like a wave. Yeah, sometimes you feel very good, sometimes you feel very down, but my guides really helped me in that. And apart from that, I will say my husband, my son, Advait, they really helped me throughout. My family, friends, and all, everybody helped me in this.
Priyaji, you have been engaged with tutoring and mentoring so many students across the globe. And when you're involved with such a diverse field, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
I actually hope and I want to leave behind a legacy of strength wrapped in softness. I am a very family oriented person. I have my values very much inculcated in me. So I want to do that. I want to, wherever and to whomever I can touch their lives.
Wow.
If I can touch in any way, through my words, through even my giving a patient ear to him or her, and even bringing them up from somewhere, wherever they are. If I can be help in any way to them, that is the legacy I would like to leave. And I want to help somebody who believe in themselves, who can become a strong power themselves later.
Wow.
That will be my legacy, nothing else.
Wonderful. I really wish that what you dream for comes true, Priyaji. So now that you have been an educator, what skills do you think the educator must instill in students today?
Very good, very contemporary question.
Exactly, because you are in that field, so I thought let me take this opportunity to ask that question to you.
Definitely. Saraswati, actually being an educator has made me more patient, more resilient, more hardworking, and and an intuitive leader.
Yes.
Before the other person says, I understand what they want and how they want the things to be done. So I want this because these are the things like resilience, perseverance, hardworking, being responsible, being risk taker. Sometimes you have to take the risks also. Being risk taker, principled, these are the qualities one need to inculcate in themselves. Then only a person can become a very good leader. They can reach to the heights, and you have to lead with understand. One needs to become a role model for them. Every time we just cannot tell other person, you have to do it. We have to show it by being ourselves the role model, and then only we can expect others to come up to that.
I may ask you if I'm allowed to take this extra question. With the rise of AI in the present century, how difficult or how easy is it going to be for the educators to instill such values?
That is very good question. With this advancement of AI, Chat GPT and other tools, Philbot is there, many other tools are there. I will give you one example.
Sure.
While I have just finished my doctorate, and I got my degree awarded to me on 25th of March 2025.
Exactly. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you very much. Now I am Dr. Priya, so that's what I am really proud of it, because I have worked very hard for it.
Yes.
And I got the plagiarism is there. I think we all know about plagiarism.
Yes.
The plagiarism in my thesis was only 1%.
Wow.
Even the head of the library and other people from my department of management, the Albag Educational Institute, they told me that never in the history of this was there that only 1% plagiarism. So people, in spite of using you are welcome to use the new tools, you are welcome to use the AI, you are welcome to use it, but be connected to your own self, your own integrity, your own resilience, your own hard work.
Yeah.
Please try to work in a proper way, and then AI will help you.
Of course.
AI will help you and guide you in the proper. AI help you in making you a better, sincere person, and then it will bring the positivity to you.
What you just said, I'm sure, will help not just the children who are going to listen to it, even the parents who would be giving a look at it or hearing us. I think this was a very
responsible use of AI. Responsible use of AI, and the AI needs to be used in such a way that it brings the beauty of the personality, rather than just using it for your own finishing the lessons or answering the questions. But it needs to bring out the positivity in yourself.
Our audience down there, those who are going to listen to us, this conversation which is happening between us will be benefited by what the views expressed by Dr. Priya ji on this show. Thank you so much for listening to,
because I am continuously doing this group discussion on my group discussions with my students from the universities, and this is one of the contemporary topics related to AI and how we can use it more sensibly, responsibly, and in a principled way.
Very true, very true. That principled way is very important. Talking about the contemporary topics, there is also emotional intelligence, which is being very relevant to today's curriculum and when teachers talk about it. So what do you think about emotional intelligence in the field of leadership? What are your thoughts on that?
See, emotional intelligence is very good thing, but it allows you to lead people with emotions, from vulnerability to vision, right? Like we are women, but we are not vulnerable. We have our vision, we know how to take and how to work in a right direction, right? And it helps us to navigate through conversations. It also builds trust and inspire teams. So that is very important for women, especially. Emotional intelligence is a superpower. It turns, as I just said, vulnerability to vision.
Yeah, we just spoke about emotional intelligence. Will that be a role of emotional intelligence so that you can give back to the humanity as a leader?
Of course. Giving back to the society is the most wonderful thing which we can do. If I have worked, if I have evolved, if I have learned something, unless and until you share with the community, with the humanity, with other people, with children, with adults, with the students, and with masses.
Right.
You cannot do anything. So I will say that giving back is an act of gratitude. It's an act of gratitude. It's saying, I am more blessed when I share it with others. So it is like even small acts like giving, as I said earlier, patient hearing, patient active listening to others' things. Every time there is something which suppose a student walks up to me when I was teaching, and a student walks up to me from special education needs students I used to teach. So a student named Arnab, he always used to come to me and ask for one or another thing. And at the end of the day, he walked up to me and he said, Miss Priya, I now know that my life matters. At the time of leaving that institute, if a special education needs student coming to me and telling me this, there I got all my rewards. So it means I am giving to society, I am inculcating some values, some good education to them.
Yes. Dr. Priya, how do you manage self-doubt or setbacks while continuing to lead with strength? Because you are engaging yourself as the spouse of the Indian ambassador to ASEAN. You are as an educator, you worked with special need children. So have you ever had any setbacks? Would you like to share a few your thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure. I would love to share because everybody faces challenges, everybody has self doubts.
Yes.
And I allow myself to take a pause at that time when I am having or when I feel restless, I will say. When the challenges are there, because the challenges are the part of the life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some, as I during our conversation I shared with you, if somebody speaks rudely to me, I try not to speak back at that particular time. I try not to speak back to them. I try to understand their frame of mind. I try to take a pause at that time. And I acknowledge the emotion. I do not try to say no, I am not feeling challenged. I try to acknowledge that particular emotion. Oh, I am feeling challenged, but I have a doubt about it. But I try to clear it with more strength, with more power. And like I said, if somebody speaks to me rude one day, if he or she is not speaking kind words to me, I try to give myself. Now I have taken Buddha's philosophy. I say that whatever good is there in me, I take. Whatever, if you said something bad also, I am not taking, not accepting. So I try to do it in that way. See, there are always challenges will come because they are part and parcel of our lives. There are many challenges that we can do separately in one episode itself. But that doesn't cancel the mission. So our actions can change lots of things. As I shared one incident with you about Kyrgyzstan, where we made many India study centers in Kyrgyzstan when we were posted over there. And we started from scratch. I worked and with
painting the walls.
Painting the walls, scrubbing the floors, doing everything, putting linoleum. Then we were even did lots of my husband, he did the carpentry for that, for the bookshelves and all. And we made everything new from the scratch. So that is how we need to work. If there is a challenge, it gives a purpose to us.
Wonderfully said. Actually, I'm totally absorbed in what you're saying. So you seem to be a combination of education, spirituality, and your so many aspects of Dr. Priya, which definitely cannot be contained in one episode. So definitely we will have more episodes with Priya ji, where she would talk about how spirituality, what she just said, Buddha's philosophies have helped her. And I think it is very important in today's life to imbibe those qualities so that we move on. Now that we have finished all the formal questions, we are moving on to the little lighter side of Dr. Priya. And we have just 3 questions, not very long. It's going to be just finishing off very fast. So just stay with us. Can I show the questions? Okay, my first question is, if leadership has a fragrance, what would your smell be like? How will the fragrance
Very
be
good
like?
question, because I love fragrances. I love perfumes.
That's wonderful.
I love fragrances. But I would love to have the fragrance of rose and sandalwood.
Wow.
Soft, grounded, serene, and very beautiful. And something that lingers gently, beautifully, and without overpowering others.
Wow, beautifully said. What's one thing your team or student would be surprised to learn about you? What is that? I mean, which they don't know, and you would like to share, oh, this is my secret, which is going to get exposed today. Yeah.
I did not do this.
Huh?
Okay. So, my secret, I think, is in reaching out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, whoever has doubt, because I'm a counselor also.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That I did not tell you.
Yeah.
And I used to make sculptures also.
Oh.
So if you have doubt about anything related to your career, relationships, related to your family and others, you are welcome to reach out to me through Miss Saraswati, and I will be happy to take up your questions and try to come to help you wherever I am in the world.
That is a very generous thought. So, people, those who are watching us today on this talk show on Manthan with Saraswati, if you have any kind of issues, she is the point to reach out. If you have any questions, you can in fact make a comment also, so that if Priya ji is reading those comments, she can be very happy. She will be very happy to reach
I
out
will
to
be
you.
very happy to reach out to you and to answer your questions. So you are welcome to do that.
So one last question for the series, and we can let Dr. Priya ji go from our Manthan
Please
with
have some
Saraswati.
coffee.
Yeah. So Priya ji, if you had to pick a Bollywood or a Hollywood character to describe your professional avatar, who would it be and why?
I respect, I love, and I admire Rekha ji a lot. She is an icon, I will say. She is the icon of Bollywood industry. And since so many years, we are completely seeing from her movie Khubsurat.
Yes.
Till now also, she is doing lots of shows. So, and how she carries herself beautifully from Silsila to Khubsurat to other movies, I would love to be like her. And
Rekha ji is going to be her avatar. Okay. Now, before we close, Priya ji, we know that you're not just proficient in one language, you have few more languages, and Hindi is also a part of it. So she is a great poet. So we would like to close with her poem, self-written poem.
It's my own very much. I am really grateful to you, to your team, and to our audience. I would like to tell you about my poetry, which I wrote not now, but long ago. I will share it with you. It's in Hindi. It's चेहरे. मैं हर रोज नए चेहरे लगा लेती हूँ, दिल पे पाबंदियाँ और पहरे लगा लेती हूँ. एक चेहरा है जो झूमता है, गाता है, जिंदगी में हर कदम पे कह कहे लगाता है. एक चेहरा हरदम उदास रहा करता है, जिंदगी के हर गम चुपचाप सहा करता है. एक चेहरा सिर्फ ख्वाब देखा करता है, कांटे नहीं सिर्फ गुलाब देखा करता है. एक चेहरा हकीकत की खबर रखता है, गुलों के साथ कांटों पे नजर रखता है. एक चेहरा जिसे संस्कारों ने पाला है, उसके इर्द गिर्द आदर्शों का जाला है.
अरे वाह.
उसूलों और ईमान की बातें किया करता है, हर वक्त ज्ञान की बातें किया करता है. विद्रोह पनपता है एक चेहरे में, एक आग सुलगती है कहीं गहरे में, जो सारी परंपराओं को तोड़ना चाहती है, हवाओं का रुख मोड़ना चाहती है। यदि इनमें से कोई चेहरा तुम्हें भाया है, तो वो मैं नहीं हूँ, मेरा साया है। मैं तो हर रोज नए चेहरे लगा लेती हूँ, दिल पे पाबंदियाँ और पहरे लगा लेती हूँ। थैंक यू।
बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब. That was an amazing poem written by Priya ji, and we are very fortunate to be hearing you on this stage on Manthan with Saraswati. Thank you so much, Priya ji, for being with us.
I am really grateful to you and to each one present over here.
Yes.
Really grateful, and I am really touched by the audience, people of Indonesia, and to everybody. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Ibu Priya. So, what a compelling journey we have explored today. From leadership rooted in values, to a relentless pursuit of learning, to heartfelt reflection on community and courage. Dr. Priya reminds us of true leadership in not a title but a way of being. It is if a story lit a spark in you today, share this episode with someone who needs that light. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Manthan with Saraswati, where every voice, every story is a call to reflect and serve. Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and above all, dare to serve, which is the motto of Manthan with Saraswati. Thank you and see you in the next episode. Till then, it's bye-bye from me and thanking Mitali Rastogi for being behind the cameras for today's show. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste. Namaste, Priya ji. Thank you very much. Thank you.